We play Savage Worlds, whether we're at the table or over the internet. In our role-playing game, fantasy is just the beginning. From the Wild West to the depths of outer space and beyond. Anytime, any place. They're all Savage Worlds.
Welcome, folks, to the 2021 Swag Awards show. It seems like it was just yesterday. Actually, almost it was. It was last week that we did the 2020 awards. We have made up for lost time, and now we are celebrating the best and brightest swag creators for the Savage Worlds Adventure Guild for 2021. And so welcome, everybody. I'm joined on screen by Mr. Konstantin Radyuk, all the way from Russia, Adam Lloyd, USA, Ian Alloway, USA, Cyril Ronceau, all the way from France, Jacob Olszewski from Poland, Manuel Sams from Germany, and Alb from Quebec, Canada. So welcome, everybody.
Hi.
Thanks for having us.
Guten Abend.
Right? So, I mean, the best part is you can obviously see that the swag program is wonderfully international. Not only the winners who've joined us, but also those who couldn't make it do represent creators from all over the globe. And that's really exciting, just being able to see, Savage Worlds extend to those communities and then all the great stuff done by these creators. So welcome. So say that the furthest from, it's got to be what, Konstantin? Where in Russia are you, Konstantin?
Tula region. It's adjacent to Moscow region, so pretty much central Russia. So not too much for Europe.
Well, that's fantastic. Welcome. And apparently, unlike the United States, you guys are actually getting a winter this year, it sounds like.
Yeah, kind of. It's unpredictable weather, but yeah, right now it's quite cold.
Yeah, I mean, here in Colorado, it's nice, bright and sunny. But we're famous for our ski slopes, and every single one of them has had to make fake snow this year because we just haven't gotten the snow. But let's see, and we've had before on the show on the Savage Cast, we had Alb to talk about Big Apple Sewer Samurai, and from that auspicious show, congratulations, sir! I think we will give you the first award this year. So getting an award for 2021 is Big Apple Sewer Samurai by Alb. Congratulations, sir! Tell us about the setting and what we can expect from it.
Well, Big Apple Sewer Samurai is the selling pitch is a love letter to the cartoons of my youth, so the 80s and the 90s. There's a lot of inspiration from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Gargoyles, and my personal favorite, which is Cyber 6. It was a cartoon that I watched a lot when I was younger because it was the first cartoon that had a story. It wasn't just episodes. It was really a 13-episode story. And as I don't remember if I was 10 or 12 years old, that really changed how I felt about cartoons and everything. So that's my inspiration, and that's the game, actually. There's all the tropes you can think of with the cartoons. So you have the possibility to play aliens, mutant animals, robots, shape-shifting sorcerers, everything. And the more I heard people talk about that, how they play the game, I realized that pretty much all cartoons had the same tropes because they said it was able to replicate their favorite cartoon I never heard about. I think Thunder the Barbarian, Biker Mice from Mars.
Biker Mice from Mars!
And all those shows, I don't know if we had them in Quebec because I never heard about them, but I saw DuckTales was one of my inspiration. So, yeah. So that's pretty much it. It was just it was a love letter, and I tried to be as toolkitty as possible. So it's not really a full setting. It's just a mini setting, just the bare minimum you need to play. for the setting, but it's also to leave as much place as possible. So if people want to play a real Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game, they have all the tools they need to play in that universe. If they want to play a Gargoyle game, they can play a Gargoyle game. They want to play Gargoyles, it's one of the possible, many possible racial template they can have. So really, everything's possible. So that's the game, and hopefully soonish I'll have the first adventure for Big Apple Sewer Summerall will be on Swag. So I'll just need to hear all the bad things my proofreaders have to say about it, change them, and have a better product afterwards.
Wonderful. So, this is kind of an open question for everybody here, but we'll start with you all. Was your winning product your first product that you put up on Swag, and what was the process like? Getting a product into Swag and then watching your sales take off.
It was my first product for Swag. I wrote a lot of fan products over the year before Swag, before it was even a thing. So I wrote Warhammer 40K conversion. I wrote Pokemon conversion. I wrote a lot of stuff, and I wanted to, for Swag specifically, I wanted something that I knew had an appeal to people, and I knew that was a niche that wasn't exploited yet. As far as I know, nobody had like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game, inspired game already. I didn't want to step on anyone's toes, so I searched for a good product. I had like a lot of experience as a kid watching those shows, and that's pretty much it. I tried to be as broad as possible with my product. I knew I had to have like good art. That was my first my first big step when I had to actually buy art. I had no income, but aside from my day job, but I had no previous work, so it was a big step for me. But once I had my first image, I knew that was going to be at least moderately successful.
Well, fantastic. So for everybody out there who wants to help Alb create more great products, Big Apple Sewer Samurai is available for $7 on DriveThru RPG, and it is a whopping 60 pages. So a pretty substantial amount of product that you get for your $7.
I'm against making people pay $6.99. So that's why it's $7.
No psychological mind tricks from Alb. That's fantastic.
No mind tricks. So I know
I take that personally, sir.
And one thing I know is I kind of caught lightning in a bottle. I don't think I'm going to be able to replicate that like perfect storm in other projects, but I'll try.
Well, and I think your product's a great example, and Sprawl Runners kind of gets in this too, is that so to clarify for everybody who's here, since we've got a lot of audience who've just joined us, these are the 2021 Swag Awards. The Savage Worlds Adventurers Guild is a kind of fan license for Savage Worlds. It is different than the ACE licensee. So an ACE licensee is a little more of an application process, and usually those are people who have demonstrated that they can put out a quality product in terms of not only just content but also layout and art, and they kind of want to do their own publishing and their own printing. Whereas Swag is a great way to get your foot in the door for publishing. You get the access to the Savage Worlds rules system. But the level of expertise you need to put out is much less. I mean, most ACEs usually put out either full system settings or either longer adventures. Whereas for Swag, and we even have ACE licensees who put out Swag material. For Swag, you can put out something as simple as a one-page document, and so the kind of effort and you need to put out to get a Swag product started is much slower. And then as far as content, the Swag licensees, Big Apple Sewer Samurai is obviously a love letter to like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and other products. And but for swag licensees, you don't get access to, even though it's a fan product, you don't get access to just other people's IP, right? So you can't put out like Deadlands material or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle material, but you can put out Weird West material, and you can put out Big Apple Sewer Samurai. So one of the ways of getting around kind of the idea of like if you wanted to do something Riffs-esque, you could do over the top, but you can't actually use the Riffs IP. So and you can see it's very successful still for people being able to put out, obvious love letters to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So there was a comment in the chat before if, let's say, I think Steve Cole mentioned, speaking of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, is there any urge to do other Palladium products besides Riffs, like Ninja Super Spies? So kind of getting into that. So this award show is for swag creators, and then obviously Pinnacle has licensed Riffs from Palladium. So swag creators are welcome to create content that it works with the other systems, but you can't use that IP. So as far as doing more, Savage Worlds and Pinnacle still have a great relationship with Palladium. Obviously, we're sharing Sean, our lead on Riffs. So it's a possibility, but no plans are anywhere being announced. So
if I may,
yeah,
I'm just going to say I thought about it because I knew Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was a Palladium product before, and I made sure that my races, my character options were compatible with Mars packages from Rift. So if you want to play Teenage Mutant snails in Rift, because that's it comes from New York for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles universe, you can, and just take a Mars package. Don't start at seasoned, and take one of my character option, and you're good to go.
See,
so
and
that's what part of my process for balancing the races, especially for Rifts.
Exactly. So yeah, and again, that just makes these products eminently playable. They're integratable with not only Savage Worlds products, but great IPs that even we don't have the time on the calendar to create. So one good question from Mason before we go on is what's the deciding factor of who wins these awards? What qualities make the products the best? So obviously there's some subjectivity in the criteria, but everything else is all objective. So the criteria that we're looking at for these awards is the top selling products through the swag. So it's basically you guys, the community, has determined what products get these awards by purchasing them. So the way Drive-Thru RPG works is you can price your products anywhere from free, pay what you want, or put a price on it. And because there are certain products in the swag program that do things like pay what you want or for free, comparing free sales with other sales, the metrics are a little hard to be fair for everybody. So what we've done is we've looked at gross sales in terms of dollars. We've looked at gross sales in terms of numbers sold. And then we've also looked at just purely free products. And we get an award for the top 100% free product. And then we look at like the top 10 each of the by dollar amount and by sales numbers, merge those together and give out the award. So basically everybody who's here and has won an award is because you guys are extremely popular with the community. So there isn't actually any, on our part, favoritism or judges' favorites or anything like that. It's all determined by the community. So that's kind of makes it even more special. So you'll recognize a lot of names, and all of these people are friends. And as Jody said, it's great to finally see some faces behind the names. But yeah, we don't play favorites. You guys
Some
do,
faces.
So with that, I think we'll play a little video here. We actually have the top free, and this is a second year in a row for the top free. So this is a product that was given for free for the whole year, and it is Cradle to Grave by Ben Giles. And this wonderful product is actually in anticipation of an upcoming setting called Vermilion that Ben is putting out, and he was nice enough to put in a video. So here's Ben.
Hey everybody, Ben Giles of White Witch Games. Thank you Pinnacle for the Swag Award for Top Free Product. To win a second year in a row is a true honor. And thanks to everyone who downloaded a copy. Hope you had as much fun playing it as I did writing it. And thanks to Alex Vetti for illustrating that awesome little jackalope for the front cover. His work really helps give my setting its own identity. I've always loved holiday-themed adventures, so I wanted to create my own, and Easter seems like the perfect theme for an RPG night to me. The Cradle to Grave takes the ideas and themes of rebirth, the tomb, the egg, the Easter bunny, and takes them in a much darker, pulpier direction. Just like my other adventures, it expands the Vermilion setting, just to give people an idea of what's to come. So keep an eye out for the Jumpstart coming in the next few weeks, and for the full setting coming later this year, hopefully. Thanks again.
So, winning the next Swag Award, 2021 Swag Award winner, a repeat winner, Cyril Ronso and Ian Alloway for Shapeshifting Metamorphosis. It is a fantasy add-on. So, Cyril and Ian, this actually, you guys have won 2 awards. I'll throw up your other award here in a second. But congratulations on the repeat win. Tell us about the series, Cyril, and what's it like working with Ian?
Yes, the shapeshifting and metamorphosis is to enhance the shape change power. Shape change by default allows you to turn into an animal, and what you can turn into is driven by your size, by the size. And Jan came to me and said, you have some products like companion familiars who expands the system, and we could do the same for shape change. Said, okay, but I don't have time to do it. Say, well, let's do it together. Okay, let's try. And it worked. We managed to pull something which allow you to turn into undeads, robots, elementals, spirits. It was a very nice experience to work with someone else. First time I did it for the Swag community, I mean. So yeah, good product.
Well, fantastic. And then Ian, what was it like working with Cyril? And is this your first Swag product?
So yeah, this is my first Swag product, and I was a fan of Cyril's products for quite a while, and I relied super heavily on his like Tomes and Prayers and Wizards and Mystics and stuff like that. And I was also a fan of Summoner Circle product, and I had thought, hey, this shape change seems ripe for this exact approach. Has anyone thought of this? And Cyril was like, that's a good idea, let's work together. And I was like, I wasn't anticipating an offer to work together, but that sounds great. And so Cyril definitely made the whole thing way easier, because he knows the layout and the Swag process, and I did a lot of the writing for it, and we looked at a comparison of like how the powers, the abilities should be priced, because when you shape change, you keep some of your attributes, so it doesn't make sense to price it the same as, say, companions and familiars, because you already have some of the attributes on your character. And one of the big things we looked at was that a point buy build isn't fast. And that's exactly why Peg couldn't have done this in the core book, is they can't, this is like a 50-page product. Peg can't do 50 pages for 1 power. So we have advice in there for, hey, when you're building these, go ahead and do this outside of play. The GM should probably be in charge of building them, but if you want to, just make sure you coordinate with your GM on building it. And particularly, if you need something fast, Cyril had the great idea to add several pre-built shapes for all across the ranks. So if you need something fast, furious, and fun, and you don't have time outside of the game, then you pick one that we designed.
Well, and that's fantastic. So the Cyril, tell me, did you see a bump in sales for your in the last week? Have you checked yet?
I haven't checked. I haven't checked yet.
I hope it's there. And so if you guys are watching and you want to pick up any of these 2021 or 2020 Swag Award winners, there is a link in the chat that I'll post right now. Yeah, and it's also on the PEG site as an early news item for next week. But it is the 2021 Swag. Let's see, let me post it in the public chat, not the private chat, because I'm pretty sure the authors already have their own works. So check out the 2021 Swag Awards. Here's the address below. You guys can pick these up. So Shapeshifting and Metamorphosis, it is 46 pages and is currently $5.95. So not even 99. You get 4 more cents off, guys. It's a super deal for this book. And so we'll keep you guys talking because in addition to Shapeshifting and Metamorphosis, we also have let's see, get rid of the comments so we don't. Boom. There we go. Fighters and Warlords, a fantasy add-on by Cyril Ronceau. Fighters and Warlords comes in at 53 pages, and it is on sale for $7.95 at Drive-Thru RPG. So, Cyril, once again, congratulations, sir. Not only multiple awards last year, but you pulled out 2 again this year. Give us a little insight on what we'll find in Fighters and Warlords.
All the other products are about magic, and this one I said, okay, maybe I should also work for the fighters. You can build a fighter with a core book with no problem. There are a lot of age which are signatures for the characters, like Frenzy or Sweep, Berserk. But something was missing for me, and that was a starting point. It's I need some weapon specialization. So the weapons didn't make enough difference between the fighters in the core book. And I think for fantasy, it was very important that an axe wielder was different from a sword wielder or from a mace user. So I did a lot of research about weapons and tried to classify them and make unique bonuses for each of the weapons. And I decided to remove the trademark weapon edge, which grants a bonus to any weapon when you give it a name or when you have a special weapon for you. And I turned that into a bonus for one class of weapon, I would say, one type of weapon. And I think it works great. And I had a lot of success with this one. A lot of people picked the book. I want also to mention that I don't really work alone on my products. I design them, but I ask the Discord server community for proofreaders. And usually I have between 3 and 6 people reading my book. And Jan proofread some of my books. And a lot of people from the server also participated. So it's for someone which is not a native speaker, English native speaker, it's very important for me to have fluent guys check all my mistakes and fix a lot of stuff.
I can relate to
it's
that.
painful.
I can
to read
relate
the
as
first,
well.
say, oh, yeah, this rule I know, but why I forgot it here? Oh, this one also I know, but why?
Oh, it's
Why
good for
do you
even,
put S's in the third person of singular? Why?
And
And it's good for
Oxford
even
comma
native
and
speakers,
well,
Yeah, being one of those horrible United States, like tried multiple foreign languages, and of course spent the most time studying a dead one, Latin. I am super jealous of all the people who like actually can speak fluently, or at least conversationally, multiple languages. And even us, we have trouble, pushing out words in English because it is the weirdest bastardization of a language. I mean, it barely counts as a language. It's more like a bully that just, takes other languages and, beats them up in back corners and steals like the worst parts of them. So I feel your pain a little bit, but, it's good that this connection is returned because our next award winner for Junkyard Arsenal is Konstantin Redyuk.
I think your internet connection is breaking up because I can barely understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
How's that
it
with me?
sounds like a robot in Portal.
Yeah, I'm getting the same thing.
Let's see. Am I back? Am I back? Please be back.
Now you're back.
Awesome. Well,
There we go.
let me congratulate Konstantin again. So our next swag award winner is Konstantin Radiuk for Junkyard Arsenal. It is currently available on DriveThruRPG for $1, and it is a 5-page supplement. Hopefully you guys saw the wonderful overlay for it for a second, but I'll take that down now so we can actually hear from Konstantin. So, sir, tell us, what can we find in Junkyard Arsenal?
You can find some simple rules which you can apply to pretty much any setting with guns. You can do it with futuristic lasers, usual firearms, maybe even with early firearms, but not so much. A couple of edges to help you to improve your homemade guns and stuff. And most of it is a list of some quirky and usual homemade firearms and some accessories, mostly inspired by Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, and maybe Fallout 4 pipes, guns, and stuff. So I'm going to update it soon a bit, add black powder for cartridges, maybe Wildcat cartridges, and it will get a cover, finally.
Well, that's fantastic. How did you find, is Junkyard Arsenal your first swag product?
Yes, it is first. I really didn't expect it will go so well. It seems I was just pretty much lucky because it looked.
So are the problems at this day and age connecting from, like, I have connection problems with high speed. We got all the way from Russia. Hopefully we get Konstantin back in here soon, and we'll ask him some more questions if his video holds up. But if not, we will go on to our next winner, and we'll bring Konstantin back in when he gets back live. But see, our next award winner for 2021 is Manuel Sams for Modern Traps and Obstacles. Manuel is from Veiled Fury Entertainment. And let's go see. I've got too many tabs open, but Traps and Obstacles is currently on DriveThruRPG for just $1, and it is a 2-page supplement, which, I mean, compared to Sprawl Runners is relatively slim, sir. So tell us, you have a non-Sprawl Runners winner. What was it like with Modern Traps and Obstacles, and why should we give you not 99 cents, but a full-on $1 for playing mind games for Modern Traps and Obstacles, sir?
Oh man! Oh, there is. Well, there's enough to talk about in all those questions to just fill the whole show. And before we started the live stream, I promised everyone to not do that, so I won't. But to start it all off, there were some questions in chat directed at me, and I guess there are some people here who listen to my podcast, Whiskey and Wildcards. And the whiskey of the evening is a very nice Oban 14-year-old, which of course is a Scotch. What else? So
There is no
Classy,
other.
sir. Good choice.
which I am drinking out of a Glenallachie branded glass, which came with a whiskey advent calendar the best wife in the world got me for, Christmas. Or the advent. But to get back to the actual questions at hand, Modern Traps and Obstacles. So, fun thing on the backstory of that one, it actually started concept work as a card deck, which was inspired by the mutation deck of just Insert Imagination. And I thought, when I got that, and I have an actual physical print copy, which costs an arm and a leg to have printed and shipped to Germany, I thought this would be really cool to have something like that for a modern setting, not with mutations and everything, but just for traps and obstacles, which is just a common occurrence in modern games. Like, people want to break into somewhere, and then the GM is there like, oh great, now I have to design a dungeon. And my idea was they just pull out a card deck and draw a few cards, and then just make up a narrative focusing around those cards. And that one died. That idea died pretty quick because I just the idea for this predates Sprawl Runners. So when I did that, I looked at that and I thought, okay, cool. So and then now I just need artwork. So that's easy. It's a card deck. It's going to have 4 jokers because I love running decks with 4 jokers. So I'm going to need 54 pieces of artwork. So that is going to run me more money than I make in a long time. So let's just not do that. And then I actually shelved that whole idea for, I think, 2 years or something. And after Sprawl Runners was released, I had a bit of, creative burnout, and I just needed to do something that wasn't Sprawl Runners. So I went over my old projects and I discovered the Modern Traps deck. And I mulled it over in my head and was like, this could work in a different way, just as a random table where people still draw cards from whatever deck they have at hand. And then the number and suit just tells them what happens. And I made the table and was like, this is boring as hell. Okay, how do we make this interesting? And then I did what I usually do. I fall back on stuff that already exists and just improve on it. And it looked like, okay, so is this more of a staged encounter thing? And I had a few experiments with that. And I thought, and I felt too clunky. So I went back to the drawing board and took a look at another well-established mechanic, namely dramatic tasks. And I was like, okay, cool. So how do I implement that in dramatic tasks? Well, dramatic tasks already have phases. People already draw cards. So that integrated really nicely and had some synergy effects because buzzwords are great. And with a few more tweaks, I was like, yeah, cool. This is 2 pages of something that is easy to use, easy to integrate, can potentially be reworked into fantasy settings. Like probably not straight fantasy settings, unless you just translate everything into magic. There would be technology like cameras and sentry guns and something. But you could translate this. You could use this in a steampunk setting, and it would just basically work, because who cares if the tech is powered by electricity or by steam, right?
I want to comment below mentioning that you put 4 jokers in this deck from MacU. I love 4 jokers because you have 1 for each suit. I mean, it just makes sense, right? Like, yes, more cards are always good, but being able to put a joker per suit, especially in Savage Worlds where we have suit mechanics, it's just a little more helpful. So as long as we got you on screen, Manuel, this is actually a pretty exciting one, because this is going to be the first swag award for a virtual tabletop product. I definitely want to pick your brain on how this came about. But congratulations again on Sprawl Runners, the Foundry virtual tabletop module. It is, currently on sale for $6.99. Wow, just $6.99. There we go. There's the psychology. We finally caught you. You used the 99, sir. So tell us, I mean, this is exciting. People, I think, still don't have the full picture on how VTT stuff comes about. I mean, it's almost like producing a book again, right? It's not something you can do in your off time for free in your basement. So this is very impressive that a swag product has been able to put out a VTT module. And I think it's even beat most ACE licensees to getting a VTT module. So how was that process like? What kind of sacrifices did you have to make? Incense burning, God's prayed to. How did you get a VTT module first? The wildly successful Sprawl Runners.
So this is gonna disillusion a lot of people, but okay. I'm gonna start with something completely different, because now that I'm done being announced as a winner here, so this is actually my 3rd year in a row winning Swag Awards, because there were Swag Awards 2019, but there was no award ceremony back then for my first 2. So I can say, yeah, my first Swag product also won a Swag Award, which was Distant Journeys. And the first time the Swag Awards were rolled out, I also won 2 of them, and now it just sounds like I'm bragging. I'm really sorry. That was Distant Journeys and Fast Lane Hacking. Fast Lane Hacking being an excerpt of Sprawl Runners, so it's kind of funny that Sprawl Runners then also won in 2020. And now we are back here, not really full circle. It's not really how that saying works, with the virtual tabletop adaptation of Sprawl Runners. And wow, that was a ride. So Sprawl Runners was, there's going to be a lot of going back to Sprawl Runners to explain this one. Sprawl Runners was successful beyond my wildest dreams, and it still is. Like, I'm not getting rich on this, and I couldn't even make a living wage off of writing. But the success of Sprawl Runners has allowed me to do some things that wouldn't have been possible otherwise. And one of those things is the Foundry virtual tabletop module. How it came to be is very quickly answered. I was approached by the amazing people of Sigil who saw Sprawl Runners and were like, this is a cool thing. We want to bring this cool thing to a virtual tabletop. There is a virtual tabletop system we really love. It's called Foundry. So, hey, Manuel, how would you say we make your baby into a virtual tabletop module? Sigil, that is a really, really great idea. Why don't we sit down and talk this out? So we sat down and talked it out. And I had very, very little to do as for myself, because like the team at Sigil that made the module, these guys are amazing. So big shout out to Spaceman Beth and Amy, who were my main points of contact at Sigil for this. And they were like, okay, so we're just going to make it look like the PDF, and it's going to work like the PDF. People can open it like the PDF, and everything in there is just going to be usable as a virtual tabletop asset. And the big caveat here, with me talking about it and being really excited about it, I do not use virtual tabletops. I have my own setup that is needless, that is overly complicated, completely impractical for most other people. And I also use it for online gaming, but I don't use virtual tabletops myself. So, of course, I own a Foundry instance, and I have Sprawl Runners installed in it, and I played around with in it for a bit, but I've never used it to run a session because it's not what I do when I play online. But I have a very active community on the Welt Fury Entertainment Discord server, and there's a lot of virtual tabletop enthusiasts on it that use the module, and they're telling me it turned out absolutely amazing, and it's great to use. It integrates neatly with the Savage Worlds core book, so you can just click in the module, and if it takes you to somewhere that would be in the core book, you just click it, and if you own the core book module for Foundry, it just takes you there. So there's a lot of stuff that is just quality of life to make your game just flow without getting in the way, kind of like Savage Worlds itself wants to be. And I actually have to make an announcement regarding that module, because my contract with Sigil is now complete and done. And the Foundry VTT module for Sprawl Runners is now being maintained by the community itself. So if you go to the page for it, it will be updated. I think later today or maybe tomorrow. There's going to be a new address to send in tickets if something breaks or doesn't work, or if you have any ideas of what you want to see in the module, because Sigil are no longer maintaining it. It's going to be fan maintained, which also means any inquiries you have might take a bit longer now, but we are super excited for taking the module forward and integrating more functionality, because it already comes with a lot of stuff. Like, there is the Sprawl Runners countdown deck, which was inspired by the countdown decks Richard Zadma Woolcock made, and you get that deck for free when you purchase like digital version of it. You get for free if you purchase the Sprawl Runners module, and it can be integrated into the actual module. And I think if it isn't already, it will be very soon, because of something people cooked up, which is super exciting for me to hear, even if I don't use it myself. And I've been talking for probably way too long. So yeah, Chris, back to you.
Well, fantastic. Well, and this is so one. It's fantastic that the community is going to pick up the torch and keep this going. But yeah, it's totally in the spirit of these being Swag as a community award, Swag as community. And just looking at the cross pollination between the credits, the thank yous, the participation in the Discord. But here is, I think, so not only are we celebrating the first VTT Swag tonight, now I think tonight is our first Swag of a Swag award. So, Mr. Adam Lloyd, congratulations on your 2021 Swag Award for Technomancers. Oh, nicely done, Manu. Thank you for the audio. The Technomancers is currently $199, and it is a 10-page supplement. So, Adam, tell us, what can we find in Technomancers, a Sprawl Runners supplement, sir?
So, Technomancers, I kind of actually approached Manu a while ago about this. I think way back like 2020. Took me forever to actually get to write it. Basically, it was. I've been a huge fan of Shadowrun since 3rd edition, so I've been playing it forever. And I approached Manu and asked him, "Hey, I know you're going to be supporting it because it's a friggin' amazing product. Are you going to be putting Technomancers? Because Technomancers is one of my favorite things, and one of my players, the only thing he'll play in Shadowrun is Technomancers." So, and Manu said he had no interest in that. And I said, "You know what? Hey, can I?" And I mean, before this, I don't think I've ever heard of Swag on Swag before. And then, man was like, "Hey, go for it." And a year later, after I got the motivation to finally finish it, I put it up, and I am frankly beyond humbled that it's up here. I mean, here's people with like Sprawl Runners itself, Beastfolk Menagerie, the big sewer samurai, street samurai. Probably said that wrong. I'm sorry.
Big Apple Sewer Samurai.
There we go. Thank you. Got all these fantastic products that are like 50 pages, 80 pages, and here my little rinky-dinky 10-page thing I cobbled up in 2 days of manic writing, which is how I write. You can ask my husband. Oh, am I coming in too quiet? That's my husband, by the way. I don't think I can actually turn up my mic. I'm sorry.
I turned you up a bit.
Huh?
I turned you up a bit. You're good.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, I just came up with this little rinky-dinky 10-page thing, and well, next thing I know, I'm getting bronze and then silver, and then just out of nowhere, just got. Oh, thank you, Jenny. But yeah, it's. I mean, I've been with Pinnacle for a while. I mean, I've worked with Jody, the man, the legend, Shane Hensley himself. So I've worked with Pinnacle for a while. I felt I needed to get out and do something on my own, and there was an opportunity, and Manu gave me the okay. And thank you, Manu. You're awesome. And then that's it.
It was my pleasure, and it was, as Jody said, it was very, very humbling for me that anybody would even consider that. Like when Adam approached me, I was like, "What's going on? Where's the dimensional gate I stepped through to deserve this? What?"
Yeah, I mean, I remember Manu going, "Are you serious?" And yeah, I mean, I'm so thankful that I'm speechless.
Well, and that's fantastic. I mean, it is heartening for us at PEG to see that the swag community is producing so many swag itself. I mean, you're not creating a product for a Pinnacle setting. You are creating a swag product from a swag product. That kind of of bountiful production is so fantastic to see for us in the community. And I think one of the comments before, I won't scroll back on the final, but it was like, hey, can you guys make this a PEG product? Well, one announcement that's really cool that Manu did not make yet, we don't need to make it a swag product because you're going to be able to get this in print, sir. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, I thought I was talking way too long already, so I kind of omitted that fact. But yeah, I got confirmation from DriveThru RPG today that the proofs for Sprawl Runners as a print-on-demand product are ordered. They will be printed and on the way to me, but since they have to send it from the UK to the EU, mainland EU, I have no idea how long that's going to take, but I am hopeful that if nothing went wrong with the print files and the proofs are in order, that you will be able to order Sprawl Runners as a print-on-demand product by the end of February. It will be available in 2 versions, softcover premium and hardcover premium.
Well, that is fantastic. Well, congratulations. I think it's very exciting. I mean, we're going to have to, you're going to have to like live stream when you get to open the box and pull out the hardcover of your very first published book, sir. That is awesome. So I mean, yeah, I can't wait for you to have that moment. It is fantastic. So congratulations on that. And so guys, yeah, print on demand for Sprawl Runners. I'm sure that's going to be a wonderful top-selling item in the next year as well. Although you only get the award when it comes out, so you can't win again for Sprawl Runners. Got to make some more stuff. But the
just taking it away.
Right, another dual award winner. First up for this, congratulations, first-time winner Jacob Ovjeski for Beast Folk Menagerie. Sir, congratulations on this. It is currently Pay What You Want, which is one of those really hard categories to get noticed in because a lot of people can just put 0, but suggested price of 99 cents, and it is a 15-page supplement on DriveThru RPG. So, Mr. Objeski, congratulations. Tell us, what will we find in Beast Folk?
Well, actually, there are basically 4 products under the title Beast Folk Menagerie. Because initially I released the very first PDF as Pay What You Want, which contained initially the stats for land animals, stated as Savage Worlds species. In a later revision, I added stats for dinosaurs. So I basically assumed that, okay, this is Pay What You Want. If it sells, if more than 30 people will be willing to pay for it, I'll put out a second PDF with anthropomorphic insects, spiders, bugs, also worms, those kind of things, and it done so. So I thought, okay, if I hit copper with the first PDF, I'm putting out a final one with sea life, because that's often omitted in those kind of anthropomorphic settings. Okay, those and there were actually quite a lot of people willing to download it, willing to pay for it. So I decided to gather it up in a complete collection, which contains the stats for all of those, plus some new species which weren't in the original, like rabbits. And it also hit a fairly nice goal. So there are actually 3 basic books that are available as Pay What You Want, and the complete collection.
Well, it is fantastic. I mean, and Pay What You Want, it's hard, right? Because that's kind of the reason we give away now a new all-free product, because it's hard, working with the stats we get from DriveThru RPG to do the Pay What You Want product. So congratulations on being able to break through even with the Pay What You Want product on that. And for your second award, sir, congratulations, second time. You also are a winner, a 2021 Swag Award winner for Monstrous Mash. So again, all the way from Poland, congratulations, Jacob Ovjeski. Tell us, what can we find in Monstrous Mash? Which is what, $5.99 and 52. Wow, that's beefy, a 52-page supplement. So tell us about what we can find in Monstrous Mash, sir.
Okay, this is also a book of species. based on well, as the cover implies, based on the horror tropes. This is a bit inspired by the Big Apple Sewer Samurai. It's like those. That was a love letter to cartoons like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is basically for cartoons like Beetlejuice, Monster High, Hotel Transylvania, Ghostbusters, not to be confused with the real Ghostbusters. So this is inspired by all those weird, all monsters are real and they go to your high school scenario. And the races in that book even balance out to +10, like the races in Sewer Samurai. So I hope they could be compatible. And that also were quite popular. I think a lot of boost was gained by the Spectember bundle. A lot of people in the community contributed, even though that made a price for it a little bit steep, but it gained a lot of track during that month.
Well, fantastic. And the one last question for you: how have you found producing for the swag program? Has it been easy to get into? How do you feel about the recognition on before we obviously your award winner? How did you get your products noticed by the community?
Well, I try to be active in the Facebook group, in the Discord. Try to talk to people. I can't spend a lot of money for advertising, even though I technically work in advertisement business. So I try simply to get it by word of mouth. I also I switched to swag because I thought initially there were niche products that few people would buy it. So, but I also worked earlier with Gramel, which is a Polish distributor and translator of Soviet products, and they also release for the foreign markets like Beasts and Barbarians. And I put out a couple of mini settings earlier in 21, which were in swag, and in 21 I also put out, for instance, Bad Dogs, which were tied to. Which were basically a setting for Beast Folk Menagerie, but playing a little bit different.
That's fantastic.
Just going to say something. There's no such thing as a niche book or a niche setting. Just stuff people don't know are awesome yet.
Yes.
That is a perfect attitude. That is wonderful. And I think that's one of the nice things about swag too, is that if your idea is not a 55-pager or a 126-pager or a 256-pager, you don't need to get there. The community doesn't expect you to have a sprawl runners right out of the gate or a full setting. You can put out the one-page magic item idea. So there's really in a positive sense a low bar, a low barrier to entry. To become a swag publisher. So the fact that if you want to do something that's inspired by L5R, for example, again file the serial numbers off, but there's a great way of putting the content out there. So the
working on it.
It may also lead to some more interesting things along the way because of the success of Sprawl Runners and people enjoying it and everything. That has led to an opportunity for me, for example. And if you've been following the Stingers and Spores Kickstarter, then you might have noticed that there is going to be an officially Sprawl Runners powered setting adaptation of Stingers and Spores coming out sometime this year, which wouldn't have been possible without swag. I'm creating this for an ace, so
that's Hive Runner, right? That's Hive Runner, right?
That's the title is going to be Hive Runners, exactly. So that is something that is absolutely possible if you start simply. And I started with 2 products that were 2 and 3 pages long, respectively. So just get your creative juices flowing and get on Swag. It's easy. There's a ton of community behind that will support you and help you on the unofficial Savage Worlds Discord server. And yeah, it's way more easier than you probably think it is.
Well, that's the thing. So we just popped in a link to the unofficial Savage Worlds Discord server. The the Twitch loves stripping that out, but hopefully my comment came through for you guys. So you can see that. So if you guys actually are out there and want to become swag creators, join the Discord server. It's a great place to meet the people you see here on screen. I think between this show and on the last awards show, we established that it really is a great way to bounce questions off, figure out like how do I license art, where are some good discount art repositories, because there is stock art out there, and I think the vast majority of swag products that use art go the stock art route because it's very easy to do that, and there's some really high quality stock art out there too. I'm pretty sure if we think back to one of the 2019 swag winners. I'm pretty sure Richard Woolcock put one out with some real great, stock art. There was some fantasy characters, and so you can definitely get access to high quality art at a discount price for that kind of thing. And so join the Discord service. So let's see. Before we go on with the wonderful awards for the folks who couldn't join us on screen, any other questions you guys have for each other on just on swag comments or whatever? Let's see. From the audience, I want to pick your brains.
I will quickly add that the Discord server also has section for GMs and advice, or I should drive my game, or I would like to put a chase, or I have this event in mind. How should I build it with Savage World? We have also a section for role questions and a lot of conversion, homebrew discussions. So it's not only for the swag community, but we are a lot of authors and aces also join this server and talk with us. It's a lot of help.
That's also a good place if you have questions about a specific swag setting. So if you have a question about one of Cyril's 1,000 book, you can ask them there. It's pretty much the best place to contact most of us. So that's a very, very convenient place to be.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I am on the server. I'm not very active on the server because it's become super busy over the past years, but I am on there. If you have specific questions for me or probably any of us, just ping us, add us, and we're there. We're there to help.
And if you don't know our names, just say, I have a question for that setting, and somebody else will ping us. So no problem.
And I also want to point out, Manu also has his own fantastic Discord server. If you're a Sprawl Runners fan, it's a good place to go and ask questions. There's a lot of house rules and stuff on there. I'm also working on a new Sprawl Runners book, and I've been pinging stuff up on his server as well. So it's a good thing to do there.
Yeah, guys, definitely tell us what your next projects are, as long as we got you here.
Well, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, since I was already saying about it, I'm actually working on a new Sprawl Runners supplement, tentatively titled the Sprawl Runners Companion. It's going to be basically a chock full of little tits and bits to give extra things to Sprawl Runners, stuff that isn't covered in the core rule book. I'm bouncing stuff off of Manu, so I ain't stepping on his toes because I don't want to take away from his own future products because his is more official than mine. I've been also want to announce that my fantastic husband has penned a short story for it too. So there's going to be a little bit of short story, non-setting specific, as Manu has created his toolkit to be there. That will be there too. And I love you, husband.
Oh, that's fantastic. So, Jacob, do you have any projects for us in the coming up in the future?
Well, actually, I have to promote. I think we at Grimel just put out, which is the Atomic edition of last year's mini setting Attack of the Giant Monsters. that's already out. You can on Director RPG. But for Swag, I'm actually also put out a large adventure that's set in medieval Poland called Dragon of Kraków, which was actually very well received for, again, something that seemed very, very niche. So I basically starting researching for a loose sequel called The Mermaid of Warsaw. I don't know if that's out in if that's out soon, but because I have to start working on it seriously. But I'm also working on an adventure that's inspired by the movie Mitchell versus the Machines, and it's basically an excuse to shoot at stormtroopers at Comic-Con, or a lawyer-less equivalent of it.
Right? Yes. File the series numbers off Comic-Con, because they've been suing. They've sued like every other pop culture.
Yeah, that's quite something very similar. Also, legally intelligible.
Oh, that's fantastic. So, Constantine, do you have any announcements on upcoming projects you're working on?
Currently, I'm working on some kind of British Commanders toolkit, so you can play it with Weird Wars, Actum Turtu, or just a new realistic World War II with some edges, gear, and stuff. And my long-term project, I'm going to apply for RACE, is a kind of nanomachine post-apocalypse meets medieval adventure. But I will announce it later properly.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, congratulations on applying for ACE, and it sounds like you've got some great projects coming out, so I'm excited. Ian, tell us, sir, do you have anything that you're working on currently for Swag or any other RPG goodness?
So I don't have anything for Swag in the works at the moment. I definitely want to put out more stuff. The kind of bitten by the bug. I am currently working on some supplements to release on DM's Guild for the Eberron setting.
Are we back? Am I back? Oh, no. Let's see. Who's back?
Oh, wow. Okay, so it didn't just crash for me. Okay.
Yeah, I thought my internet died.
Yeah, same, because all of it I think StreamYard died and it crashed all my browsers. So
Yeah.
I thought that was just Firefox kicking the bucket, but it wasn't.
Chrome for me, but yeah.
No, yeah, it crashed for me too. Apparently, if you mention the D&D Adventure Guild, they
It's not allowed.
Well, so now that we got a couple of you back, the Alb, sir, what are you working on?
Too much stuff, too many stuff. I have to focus on something. I finished the first part of a first Big Apple Sewer Samurai campaign. I call them seasons, and it's the first episode of the season. It's going to focus on how the different dimensions of the multiverse smash together, because usually they have multiple alternate dimensions in these kind of cartoons, and how that creates magic items, magic locations, and superheroes. Because I'm going to add, now that the Superpower Companion is out, I'm going to add how you can play superheroes in Big Apple Sewer Samurai. And next, I really want to finish something, a pet project of mine, which is a book and to another toolkit to replicate video games like Monster Hunter, Shadows of the Colossus, and these kind of games where you are a single hunter or a group of hunters hunting really big monsters, which is not something you can do that easily in Savage Worlds. So I want to create special rules to allow a more exciting experience, and to prevent like you miss or you don't deal enough damage, and then one guy is lucky and deals 14 wounds and the fight is over. So I really want to create setting rules and everything that prevents you from doing that, and really have like we're a group, we're going to take that Tyrex down, and that with the same idea than Big Apple Silver Samurai. So have some sort of a mini setting attached to it, so people can play what they want with it. They can use the mini setting, or they can use their own setting, or they can play in the universe of Monster Hunter if they want, or anything.
Well, that's fantastic. In honor of our brief and weird intermission, we do need to give an award away, the 2021 swag away, to Dylan Brooks, who joined us last week, but it can't make it this week, for Intermission, Downtime, and Projects. It is a great product. It is currently $4.99 on DriveThruRPG. It is an 18-page supplement, which you can do. You can gather rumors between missions. You can create and maintain contacts. You can plan and execute jobs like heists. You can research and learn new powers, and there's a whole crafting system. So congratulations, Dylan, for Downtime and Projects. Our next winner is Bounty from Gaming with Gage. That should be a name you guys are familiar with. This is a $4.99 on DriveThruRPG. It is 16 pages. And the exciting blurb reads, "The crew of the Skelfling is the premier bounty hunter team in the galaxy. They're known for taking dangerous jobs with huge payouts. This time, they've outdone themselves. They've captured the Heinrich, the most wanted man in the galaxy. It wasn't easy. But now their captain is dead and their ship is damaged. If they can get back to Silo Jump Station with Heinrich alive, the crew can retire off their earnings." That's a mighty big if. So congratulations to Gaming with Gage for Bounty. Let's see, Creature Generator. Congratulations to 2021 Swag Award winner to Stefan Theodore Gornio for Creature Generator. This is a $1 swag product for its 5 pages. And by using the Creature Generator, not only can you get more options when it comes to creature creation process, but you can go through it quickly in honor of the Fast Furious fun with the help of lots of tables that he has created, and it allows you to create any type of creature you desire, cosmic horror beings or unexplainable hybrids. So congratulations to Stefan on Creature Generator. And a dual winner for 2021, first product for Christian Mertz, Martial Options. The Martial Options is a $1 swag product, only 3 pages. It has, in those 3 pages, though, you have 18 new edges, 15 of them are for combat, 2 are professional, and 1 weird edge, and 7 additions to the existing combat edges from the core rules to make them more competitive. And his second winning product this year is Settingless 2, Setting Rules Strike Back, part of his Settingless series. It is $1 and 3 pages on DriveThruRPG. And it brings in some setting rules such as brain power, expanded ranks, quick studies, slow and steady, going for speed, reaction time. And Christian was nice enough to send me in an awards speech. So I'm going to go read that quickly now on behalf of Christian. Christian says, thank you, of course, to Pinnacle and both Savage Worlds and the Swag program. Thank you to Zadmar, who's in the chat, for putting together the Swag Timber bundle, the unofficial Savage Worlds Discord community. We have the link in the chat for you folks there as well. Thank you to all the purchasers of these products. I hope they are fun at your table. Thank you to his wife for putting up with his obsessions. Thank you to me, oh my God, how nice, for taking care of the awards. And congrats to all the other award winners. He's got a great description of both martial arts options and Setting List 2. Let's see, and for the future holds a top secret project that he's excited about, and a 4th and likely final installment for the Setting List series. And he welcomes you to check him out on DriveThruRPG, where he also sells a number of 3D STL files, so you can print your own templates, tokens, including his wildcard counter system. Let's see. And if he's on the unofficial Savage Worlds Discord as user Crimson. So congratulations to Christian. And with that, guys, I think we got a couple more questions, but we've given out the awards. Congratulations to, Zadmar's in the chat. And I think, these award shows have been great, but I think maybe in 6 months, we'll gather all the swag winners from all the years, and we'll get you guys all to come back, and we'll do like a, Christmas in July swag special where you guys can see what good stuff you've been up to. And so we, let's not make this once a year, because twice in 1 month has been good. I like it.
I just wanted to make a shout out to Zadmar, who is like the original creator, a fan creator who made so many good products. He's like the OG swag. He's the guy behind Swag Timber. He's really, really like the soul of, I think, the SWAT creators. He's one of my inspirations. So shout out to Zad. Thank you, guy.
Yeah, if somebody paved the way for swag to come into existence, it's probably Richard.
Yep.
No, exactly. You guys are not incorrect on that. And I just love to see the fact that you have all been so amazingly helpful with each other. I think that's kind of one of the things about swag versus Ace versus pitching a setting to Pinnacle. Obviously, with PEG, we've got so many things in the pipeline. It's hard, even if we wanted to fit in more projects like Holler, right? They're new. Kind of like, hey, this is a great Ace product. We should bring this under our own. And the fact that there's been such an explosive growth in the swag program from 2019. I think I've got my numbers up here, but I think in 2019, the very first one, there were under just about 100, like 87 products on swag, and that was great for a first year, but it has exploded since then, year over year. And obviously with the wonderful success of the carry-on success you guys have had with now we have a swag with Sprawl Runners, and the fact that Cyril's brought on like Ian, and now we've got hopefully wonderful new things with Ian and his devilish work with the D&D Adventures Guild. Please don't kill our stream, and all that stuff.
Here comes Wizard.
Right, here comes the chop. But no, congratulations to all you guys. Thank you for all the hard work you do. I know it is blood, sweat, and tears. And what's one of the, no matter how great it is, you're never going to get the financial bonus that you really deserve. Just because the RPG industry is still kind of an old mindset on that, where people they don't think in 2021 prices, they think in like 1985 prices. But we are thrilled to see that some of you have done such great work. Whether it's free, whether it's for paid, thank you guys for all the work. So, Cyril, congratulations. Manu, congratulations. Jacob, congratulations. Alb, congratulations. Adam, congratulations. And Ian, congratulations. And we look forward to, and Constantine. Constantine's back. Congratulations as well, Constantine. And to all the other 2021 winners. We've gone over our hour, and we appreciate you guys joining us. But check out all of these on the swag program on Drive-Thru-RPG. And if you want to become a swag creator, join our community. And we are looking forward to see what you guys do. But until then, we play Savage Worlds, guys. So I'm going to play us out with that lovely little video that we had the Wildcards folks do, because that is our theme for this year. We play Savage Worlds. Cheers, folks.
We play Savage Worlds, whether we're at the table or over the internet. In our role-playing game, fantasy is just the beginning. From the Wild West to the depths of outer space and beyond. Anytime, any place. They're all Savage Worlds.